Welcome to the Dunn Wisdom Show. I am your host, Melissa P. Dunn, public servant, award-winning entrepreneur, and a personal brand strategist. Each week on the Dunn Wisdom Show, I sit down with change makers, trailblazers, and leaders who embody courage, integrity, and wisdom in action. This week on the Dunn Wisdom Show, I'll be talking with Commissioner Carol Shuham. Now, she'll join me to share her visions and her solutions. Commissioner Shuham has proudly served the city of Hollywood since 2018, and she is now a candidate for Broward County Commission District 6. She brings a wealth of experience as a civil engineer, attorney, and public servant with a track record for thoughtful, sustainable leadership. Hey, Carol, thank you so much for joining me today.
It is my pleasure. I'm so excited, Melissa.
Oh, fantastic. So you've had a really interesting journey, right? From being an attorney and a civic engineer, civil engineer, to now serving on the Hollywood Commission. Mm-hmm. Speak to me a little bit about your journey.
Well, I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. My husband and I moved to Florida in 1997 and raised our kids here. I did start out as a civil engineer, which is someone who focuses on infrastructure primarily.
Okay.
And what I found was, as much as I loved it, I needed more interaction with people. So shortly thereafter, I went to law school and had a career as a construction lawyer, which is someone who really takes advantage of having that technical civil engineering background and applies it to legal issues involved in the construction world. So I spent many years representing contractors who build things and make our communities better and stronger.
Wow, I can imagine that comes in really handy in a city of Hollywood serving on the commission, right? Because your district is a district that has a lot of development.
It does. A lot of development and a great need for improved infrastructure. And so it was really not even part of my initial thinking about running for office. I was very concerned about sea level rise and the impact that it has on Hollywood, which is a coastal community. And that's how I really got started. I was on a Dune master plan task force.
Okay.
But then when I got elected, it was very quickly apparent how much help my background and my experience was. Like you say, everything that we do for in large part ties directly to some type of construction.
When did you become a commissioner?
I was elected in 2018. I am in my second term. I was unopposed in 2022.
Nice.
And now I am getting ready to run for the county commission. Our amazing District 6 Broward County Commissioner, now Mayor Beam Fur, is term limited. So with his endorsement and his support, we love him. I'm going to run for his, I am running for his seat.
Oh, congratulations on making that decision.
Yes.
So so tell me, serving on the commission in the city of Hollywood with your background in civil engineering and also law, what is it that you wanted as a priority during that time in Hollywood, and what have you accomplished?
Yes, well, I think, for the city of Hollywood is almost like a microcosm for the county and particularly coastal sections of the county. All of us in Broward County right now are at an intersection of what I think are two very critical issues. One is making sure that there's adequate housing for our populations.
100%.
And the other is to make sure that we stay ahead of the climate changes that we see happening. I'm very fortunate to sit on the Broward County Climate Change Task Force. And there, when you sit there and you participate in the development of climate plans for the county, it is hard to deny what we see happening. And so with that information and knowing where the economy is and how families are struggling, trying to find a good place for that intersection of resiliency and redevelopment, and particularly a city like Hollywood, which is older and is in need of some redevelopment. So I think that a lot of my background is helpful.
Is helpful in that. And so what have you been able to accomplish during your time on the Hollywood Commission?
So one of the biggest things that we've accomplished, I think on a grand scale, is we recently passed a close to $1 billion stormwater master plan. Hollywood is one of the cities, unfortunately, when we have one of these rain bombs, that tends to make it to the news. The city is celebrating its 100th birthday this year. We're
Oh,
in our centennial
congratulations,
year.
Hollywood.
Thank
Yes.
you. And some of our infrastructure is just about that old.
Sure.
And so between the aging infrastructure and the rising seas, that is a major accomplishment for the city of Hollywood. The other thing that is now coming to light and has really made leaps and bounds progress. Hollywood has one of the greatest numbers of septic tanks of any city in Broward. And we had thought years ago, before I was elected, that we could use some of our stormwater basically assessments against all residents to expand the sewer system into neighborhoods where they had septic. And it turned out legally that you weren't allowed to do that. These were enterprise funds that had to be utilized on the people that contributed to it. So the Hollywood Commission, at my suggestion, we met with our representatives, our state representatives, and we said to them, can we change the state law that is impacting us?
Wow.
And so this year, thanks to our representatives, Marie Woodson and Hillary Cassell, and our entire team, they were able to change the state law that now allows us to use our stormwater enterprise fund to, our sewer fund to be used to expand our sewer system across the city.
Wow, so that's impact, not just
Real
for the
impact.
city of Hollywood, but for the state of
Statewide.
Florida.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, you and I sit on a couple of county-wide boards together. We're both on the Broward Metropolitan Planning Organization, and we're both on the Broward Solid Waste Authority. And I've had the opportunity to lead with you, right, and to see how seasoned and thoughtful and amazing you are at really taking complex issues and breaking them down to a way that the regular residents would understand. So talk to me about how your role on those county-wide boards is preparing you to lead at the county level.
That's a great question, thank you. I think that, again, just where I come, why I'm here, what am I trying to do is to help the residents prepare for where we're heading in a climate sense. These boards, and some of it was just fortuitous. The Climate Change Task Force, we sit on the Solid Waste Authority, as you mentioned, and the MPO, they all really tie together. I think the MPO is an amazing organization. We basically look at transportation in a regional sense. So, for example, if Hollywood, as a neighbor of Dania, is working on a transportation project and Dania's working on one, we want to make sure that the two cities are coordinating. And the real importance of that is not only to not waste taxpayer dollars, but to make sure that people are living and being able to get transportation to take them to work.
Yes.
Right now in Broward County, we think that over 80,000 rental households are in severe straits. They're paying more than 50% of their annual income towards rent and transportation. And that's too much. It's not
way too
leaving
much.
enough, right, for food, medication, health insurance. So when we talk about housing that's affordable, we also have to talk about transportation. So being on the MPO and looking at the opportunity to place transportation hubs where people live is critically important. And then adding to that the resiliency, making sure that we're doing all of that in a way that people aren't walking through 2 feet of water to catch an express bus. All of that is really important.
And then now the way that we manage garbage all comes into play, right? Because our work on the Solid Waste Authority, we're developing a 40-year master plan for how we deal with garbage and recycling in Broward County.
Yes.
And so that all kind of ties in
It
to
does.
And your background again in civil engineering and law, and then your humane outlook really ties all of that together very beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, people don't talk about trash. We now have a joke on the solid waste. We're sitting here talking trash. But it's so important because other counties in Florida have worked in a way that their solid waste is handled collectively, countywide.
Yes.
And it's given them such an advantage over Broward County. Here we have, dozens of cities in Broward, and each of us are doing our own thing. And not only is it inefficient and expensive, but it hasn't taken into account our environment. And so I think that the members of the Solid Waste Authority, particularly the executive board, me and you and Nancy Mateo-Bowen, people that are really invested in our environment and in our local communities are there with passion and heart and wanting to make sure we get it right this time.
I love it. And get it right, we will. We'll be right back.
Peace begins in the heart. And grows with understanding. Every shared story and every act of kindness builds a stronger community. In every handshake, smile, and kind word.
Join our movement, Lauderhill. Text Peace365 to 545454 and become a Lauderhill Peacemaker. Pledge your commitment to co-creating a kinder, more peaceful Lauderhill.
Hi, my name is Stan LeConte, a certified financial planner with over 19 years of experience in the financial service industry. I'm here to help you navigate through your financial journey. Comprehensive financial planning consists of several key areas: investments, retirement planning, estate planning, tax management strategies, and education and insurance. I believe in aligning your goals with my high-level advice will help you achieve your goals sooner. Whether it's planning for your retirement, investments, or tax management strategies, I'm here to help you. You can reach me at 954-800-9042, and let's unlock your financial potential together.
So Carol, serving in a public office takes a lot of stamina. And I know from personal experience that it can be even more stressful trying to balance a business, which you are a practicing attorney, and you're also a wife and a mother. How do you keep your cup full? What's your self-care routine like?
I should be better at it. Sometimes I do let that go until I start to feel like exhausted. But generally, I think having a dog helps because she forces me to walk 3 or 4 times a day. So I walk a lot. Those walks are good also not only for exercise, but I get to see all of my neighbors in my community. Everybody stops me if they need anything. So I walk a lot. I try to read. And I'm finding lately that I really have to force myself to get enough sleep. And so I used to do a lot more yoga. I'm hoping to have time to get back into that. But if there's probably an area that I need to improve on, it's this.
Okay, yeah, we got to be intentionally nurturing, right? Because
Yes.
especially when you're in high pressure jobs,
Yeah.
it becomes
The time
a little
just
bit
is spent everywhere else.
And you're now going to be on the campaign trail, and so that would be
Yeah.
my encouragement for you.
Thank you. I'm
Yes.
going to try to take those words, Melissa.
So I have another question for you, and this one is really about your mindset, right? In this game of politics, and I'm going to refer to it as a game, right? Even though you and I approach it from a space of service and assignment, it can be challenging. What do you say to yourself to keep you inspired and motivated to keep on serving? What's your inner dialogue like?
I guess primarily it's focusing on what I want the world to look like for my kids who are young adults now and my new grandbaby who just turned 1 year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
So when I'm really thinking about things, it's not for the here and now because as you know in public service, these projects take years.
Yeah.
It's what do you want the world to look like? What do we want Broward County to look like? What do I want Hollywood to look like for the generations coming up? And it really does keep you grounded because you have to think long term. And just the other thing is on a, I guess, simpler, things that come out of my mouth, things that I put into writing, I think, would I want my granddaughter to read this one day?
Oh, wow. That's such a powerful way to look at it because words have creative power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used
very
to,
wise.
when I worked in-house for construction companies, we were often tasked with teaching people what to say and not say in emails. And that's what we used to say, like your mom, your daughter, your sister, your son, your husband, someone's going to read this one day, or there's the potential that they're going to read this. How would you feel? And when you put that thought in your head, it really slows things down and helps a lot.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing those words of wisdom. So another woman may be thinking about going into public office or trying to figure out how to balance all of the roles that we wear oftentimes as women. Would you have any words of wisdom to offer?
I think, again, like the timing of where we are in society right now. When I was growing up, my parents instilled in me, Carol, you can do whatever you want, whatever you set your mind to. I feel like today, women are being told that's not true. It is. It is true. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it takes a commitment and lots of time, but you can do whatever you want. You just have to decide what that is and prioritize it. And sometimes it's not what you think. Like, my life has taken twists and turns, and I never expected to be sitting here with you talking about running for higher office. But the world has a mysterious way of getting you to where you are, and I think that we just have to be open to it and tell ourselves wherever we want to go, we can, but accept the twist, accept the turns, and never, never let someone tell you that you should not be going for your dream. Never.
I love that. What powerful words of wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us today, Carol. I really enjoyed our conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, wonderful.
You are amazing, Melissa.
You know what, Mr. Kurt? When the last time you get a checkup?
I used to avoid the doctor, didn't want to hear the bad news.
So you mean you avoid the doctor? You forgot the doctor, my brother? We teach our boys to take care of what matters. Show up, stay on top of things. But are we really showing them how it's done?
Visit myhealthpledge.org and take the pledge. Then go to the doctor and bring someone with you. No insurance? We can help. myhealthpledge.org lists free screenings in Lauderhill and in Overtown.
Peace begins in the heart. And grows with understanding. Every shared story and every act of kindness builds a stronger community. In every handshake, smile, and kind word.
Join our movement, Lauderhill. Text Peace365 to 545454 and become a Lauderhill Peacemaker. Pledge your commitment to co-creating a kinder, more peaceful Lauderhill.
Commissioner Shuham, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you sharing your journey, your vision, and your wisdom with our audience. And to you, our Dunn Wisdom viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. You can watch the Dunn Wisdom Show on WDFL 18 Paradise TV, Wednesdays at 11 a.m., Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, you can tune in to the live stream on YouTube at Dunn Wisdom every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, you don't want to miss next week's episode. I'll be joined by Vice Mayor Nancy Bater Bowen of Coral Springs. She is an environmental scientist, a community leader who has shaped the future of Broward County through sustainability, climate resilience, and of course, social justice. If today's conversation inspired you, please be sure to subscribe, share this episode, and join us again for another powerful discussion designed to help you live boldly and lead abundantly. I am Melissa P. Dunn. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time right here on the Dunn Wisdom Show.